Our next and last of this segment organization for Impact in a Minute is DataKind. This is an incredible organization. We've been working with them for a number of years. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with them. So I'm excited to welcome Dr. Caitlin Augustin.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here today, and a big thank you to Mastercard for the support of DataKind's work over the past, I think, going on 8 or 9 years. So we've really been on this journey of using data for impact together. I'm here, oh, shoot, I need the clicker too. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Here today to talk to you about building digital technology solutions for inclusive economic growth. And what we've heard today has been, there is so much potential for the value of data and AI for achieving positive, inclusive economic impact in communities. But we've also seen that these organizations who could best benefit from the technology, they are facing challenges to accessing and implementing this technology. They have a lack of resources, which we've heard some really, I think, excellent and impassioned pleas, including from funders in the room, to say, join us in fixing the lack of resources. Lack of resources might be the easiest thing to fix. We see organizational concerns, where is this ethical? Is it safe? Do I have to change how I'm doing my work? We see implementation challenges. If the technology is built and they come, can they use the tool the way that you intend to use the tool? We do a lot of work, again, with small data like Juan was just talking about. Those data sets don't necessarily work or perform the same way as the huge commercial data sets that we're trying to use. And we do see knowledge gaps. Organizations don't know what they don't know. How could they ask for the AI tool if they don't know what that can provide them? So that's where DataKind comes in. And from DataKind's perspective, we can build these solutions and we can make them impactful, sustainable, and accessible for social impact organizations. DataKind did this with Mastercard support for a cohort of 7 organizations, where each of these organizations, we came in and we broke down each of those challenges for those organizations. We delivered them these great tools to help them overcome that internal resistance, to be able to generate buy-in. We solved that resource gap by being an organization that was grant supported to provide that for free to those organizations, and we helped train them and make sure that the solution was implemented. And the types of solutions that came out of this, we're working with Inclusive, helping them build these automated pipelines. They used to spend 20 hours a month trying to get information out of these systems, processed and used. They can now do it in minutes. The organization Banji, a financial service provider in Cambodia, they have 800 smallholder farmers who are their clients. Those smallholder farmers receive financial services, but Banji didn't know who needed which financial services and when to get them next. We were able to build them a predictive model to identify what type of support was needed when, so that they could provide better services to their organizations. But that's 7 organizations in a world of millions of organizations. How do we hit scale? So DataKind took those 7 projects. We also did 2 research landscapes. We also participated over the course of about 2.5 years in 10 convenings and conferences and led 40 individual stakeholder interviews to try to understand the pain points in the financial inclusion and inclusive growth sectors, to say, what are those problems that organizations are facing that are preventing them from achieving the impact they want to see in the world? And we heard things like, we're a financial services provider. We know data. We know how to use data and manipulate data. How do we find the data we need to use? Oh, well, that's a solvable problem. We heard questions of, how do I figure out how to just make the next recommendation, to take the next action? How do I understand the differentiation between my customers so I can make sure that I'm giving the right intervention at the right time? So hearing all of those things, DataKind has moved from just those 7 one-to-one excellent solutions to launching today, so big round of applause because this is live right now, today's launch, 3 free and open access digital products. They are available to all, and they solve key sector pain points. We have the Economic Opportunity Datascape, which is a tool where you can go and access and customize all economic well-being indicators in the United States that you want to see down to the neighborhood level. And as someone who's now been using this for about 3 weeks, I will say it is remarkably easy. As someone who had to query the census over and over again to find information, now downloading it, it takes me seconds. We have the Climate Finance Navigator, which is solving a real pain point right now. Many of us here know about the greenhouse gas reduction fund that the US EPA launched, billions of dollars going into local communities. How do you find which small businesses, which local communities need that money? This is a tool that now CDFIs, Community Development Financing Institutions, can go identify those areas of greatest potential for investment. And then we have this Digital Insights for Financial Inclusion Toolkit. This is a tool really geared toward our financial service provider partners in the international markets who are trying to figure out how to do that next step in their data capacity and their set of recommendations so they can support their microfinance communities in particular. So we launched this today, but I'm going to say it's enabling impact right now. We've been in a closed, limited release for 3 weeks, and the Economic Opportunity Datascape has directly provided services in the southeastern United States around government benefit services and community capital investment through partnerships with multiple local governments. So that's a huge impact in just 3 weeks alone. So please access the tools today.